If you're new to making music and you find yourself stuck as if it was a blockade in creating chords, what I'm about to tell you should unlock your potential to create melodies, chords, and music in general. So we're going to have to understand this by understanding the way a sculptor sculpts a sculpture. And we're going to actually get past that block because that's exactly what a sculptor is working on, a block of marble. Now, when you take a look at your chords that you put in your DAW, your DAWs such as Ableton or FL Studios, you're going to notice that they stack up vertically, all right? Now, if we were to color them all in and like make it a solid block, it would also look like a block, right? Like a rectangle almost. And the thing that you want to do, like a sculptor does, is keep chipping away at it, keep chipping away at it until it actually becomes something more beautiful, that statue that you have been envisioning in your whole mind. The good thing about music in these, DAWs is the fact that if you do chip away too much at it, you can place something there. And if you find that something's missing that should be in the first place, you can just put something there. That's the most beautiful thing about music. It's not as rigid as stone. It flows as water. And I think like a lot of people, I don't think you really need, music theory is important. Like when I was younger, I took music theory when I learned the piano and the violin, but I feel as though philosophy is probably, and it's probably the same thing, but it's just like, it's probably more, it's a better way of learning it. It's because you already have music inside of you, all right? And it's just like the key to unlocking it isn't to like a how-to tutorial, all right? The key to unlocking your rhythm, your melody, not like a piano key, is for you to understand that that instrument that you are using is an extension of yourself. Now, the perfect analogy is a swordsman. Someone who wants to learn the way of the sword will go to a teacher, all right? And the teacher never teaches them how to use that sword. They're going to say, go out to the field and swat the flies off the cow. They're going to say, hey, make sure you collect the eggs from underneath the chickens. They're going to say, run with the horses, this, that, and the third. And then the student's going to get passionate, all right? And he's going to confront the teacher. And like the teacher is then going to finally hand him the instrument he's been waiting for all along, an extension of your instrument, your body, your mind, all right? And what's going to happen is that they're going to have that battle, all right? And it's just like, it's not even a battle. When you're working with music, it's a dance. See, we have somehow like come through like human evolution mentally to think that these dances are battles and they're just violent. But the passion, all the training, the swatting the flies, this, that, and the third, he's developed a technique to actually create music in his own way, right? Because you just can't, you're learning from a 67-year-old man. The 67-year-old man can't do what a 27-year-old can do anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? And like maybe he can in the mind, but you really have to like think realistically about this. It's because everyone's starting to sound the same. In music itself, you can take one note and make a whole song out of any note that sounds any way, at any pitch, but it's up for you to be able to hear that. And maybe we have to progress as a whole to be able to hear those noises that have already existed, right? Outside of like what we think sounds good. Because there's a lot of things that exist outside of what we think and see that is already here. And like one thing is sight, all right? If I say that you have to see what you are sculpting in terms of music, there is red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, all right? That is the rainbow. That is our visible color, what we can see with our eyes. There are things that are, go below infrared and go past ultraviolet that delicate instruments like have to pick up that we can't. And there's even further, more finer waves. So it's just like, understand that you are all connected to this, and it's just like it's there. It's up to you to put it together. When you're making music, you think about the notes, making words, but like I said, if we're visualizing, it's not dictionary with the words, but it's also a game of Pictionary to connect the dots, to string everything together, tying it all the way back to chords. All right, you have a string, you have the threading, you have the chords, and it's all connected. Hopefully this philosophy has helped you.